that, the guy did win. It's more than half the country or whatever. I mean, yes. I keep saying it. I'm not going to hate. You can not like Trump. You can hate him. You can't hate everybody who vote for him.
Yes. And you have to understand why.
I said it in my last special. I don't hate half the country, and I don't want to hate half the country.
Yeah.
We got Bill Maher and Andrew Schultz absolutely going off in this conversation, calling out the woke Democrats and the toxic, brainwashed culture of today's media and politics. They are tearing into the fake outrage, the performative nonsense, and the tribal garbage that's dividing the country. Bill Maher and Andrew Schultz standing up for open conversations, respecting people you disagree with, and pushing back against the insanity of cancel culture and groupthink. This is what real free speech and real comedy sounds like. Let's dive into this unhinged and raw discussion. Bill Maher and Andrew Schultz are not holding back.
I don't want to politicize this shit, but I think that was a little bit of the concern with Kamala on the campaign trail. It looked like Trump was willing to talk to whoever.
He was.
His camp, when we spoke to him, they didn't give us any notes.
He's going to talk to me. Okay.
Do you know, and think about all this shit.
Who's been meaner than me?
I mean, only J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance is the only one who said meaner shit about Trump than you.
Yeah. Well, lots of people have. But
of course, yes.
I mean, And he said, I have 5 pages of things. I asked my staff once, and I guess it's 6 now because it's been a while. Just write down all the things he said in tweets and at rallies. It's 5 pages long. Crazy, low energy, ratings disaster. Every bad thing that he just pulls out of his ass. But I don't care, and he doesn't care.
He doesn't care either.
He doesn't care.
And you don't give a
It's all performative. Look.
No, you guys might feel it, but it wouldn't stop you guys from having a discussion with other because you're not pussies.
We're not pussies.
It's very simple. It's like, are you a pussy or are you not?
And I learned that once. My longest relationship way back in the early 90s, and her father was military.
Yeah.
And he and I did not see eye to eye politically, but he liked me because I wasn't a pussy. That's my model for meeting Trump. It's like, be respectful, which he deserves. He won not one, but twice. Funny, my girl said to me, "What are you going to wear?" I said, "I'm not going to dress like Zelensky."
Not a fucking Lululemon outfit.
It's not going to be a black T-shirt. I'll tell you that.
Lindsay pulled up looking like a yoga instructor.
Not going to be a black T-shirt, man. Yeah. I am wearing a suit and tie.
Absolutely.
Jordan Peterson gave me a suit. He sat here and he said, I want you to have a suit. And Jordan, I don't like suits. I'm going to send you a suit. Yeah. I'm going to wear that suit.
Yep, done.
The Jordan Peterson approved suit.
It's I guess whatever. It's a sign of respect, but
it's a sign of respect. It's the White House.
Yeah, even if you disagree with the person in it, you are respecting the law of the land. You are respecting the position in general.
And you also have to respect that, the guy did win. It's more than half the country or whatever. I mean, yes. I keep saying it. I'm not going to hate. You can not like Trump. You can hate him. You can't hate everybody who vote for him.
Yes.
Yeah. Bill Maher is spot on here. Seriously, how hard is this to understand? You can disagree with someone without hating millions of people. Andrew Schultz and Bill Maher are actually showing more maturity than half the folks in Hollywood. So, how about some common sense for once?
And you have to understand why.
I said it in my last special. I don't hate half the country, and I don't want to hate half the country.
Yeah.
It's just not where my mind ever wants to go for my own mental health.
Yeah.
Is all this hate.
Yeah.
So yes, I will talk to anybody.
Yeah.
And it's an honor to be invited to the White House under any circumstances.
Absolutely.
So,
also, it allows you to have a platform with him where you can tell him the things you disagree with.
I think it's
Somebody was saying that to me.
It's generous.
They were like,
to allow that to happen.
Of course, but this is also part of American discourse. It's very important. I think he needs to do the White House Correspondents' Dinner, just because I think a very unique thing about it, we humble our heroes. It is a very beautiful thing about American culture, right? Is that we will make you beg for our support every 4 years. You don't just get to be king.
That's why it was great when Ricky Gervais hosted the Golden Globes. And we take the piss out of the big ones.
The big ones, the elites. And
we take the piss out of them.
And you saw the reaction, right? From
yes.
Everyday people.
Visceral.
It was visceral.
Facts. like Bill Maher and Andrew Schultz, are just reminding everybody that humbling the elites is part of the game. Yeah, roast them, call them out, and don't worship them like gods. This is what makes America different and fun. They get it, and that's why people trust them.
And I think it's important.
And that the Tom Brady roast kind of got back to that.
100%. Here's this guy whose life is perfect. He's got absolutely everything.
Yes.
He's submitting himself.
Fuck him.
Yeah. And but look, that's the human interaction.
It is.
I'm sure that when you got successful and I get some success, like you realize, oh shit, there are all these people that are like, they're hating on me for things that like aren't even true. And they're saying these things about me. It's like
a compliment.
That's a part of success. Like that's the cost of success. It is what it is.
But they care enough. You're not writing about them.
Facts. But it is a beautiful part of American culture where we get to put the heroes up on a pedestal and also humble them at the same time. And the thing about Trump doing is like he's already done a roast. So it's not like he's afraid to do a roast. So I think we got to get back to that. Now, you
did have some ground rules though.
For the roast?
Yeah. I think it was just Nikki,
don't say he's broke.
That's it.
I've heard that before. Don't say he's broke.
Just
isn't that crazy? He's like, yo, talk about my kids.
I'm a racist. I'm a cheater. I do every fucking thing in the world.
Don't say I'm poor.
Just do not
being
say.
Poor is the worst thing you could possibly be.
I know.
Why do you think that he's able to connect to working class people despite coming from money?
He is them. He is that. Did you see The Apprentice, the movie?
No, but
May I suggest a date night with the wife?
Yes, please.
Please. It's such a great movie.
This is with Sebastian Stan, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Who is brilliant in it. It's funny, I saw him as Tommy Lee. I didn't really love that performance or movie.
Yeah.
But he is so brilliant as Trump. And it's a brilliant movie that was not given its due, even though both he and Jeremy Strong were nominated as Best Actor. Both of them should have been. Or maybe it was Best Supporting, but whatever it was, they were both brilliant performances. Jeremy Strong as Roy Cohn, who apprenticed Trump to be who he is. But of course, we're in such a politicized time that the people who just can't stand Trump hate that it humanized him.
Oh, wow. It wasn't mean enough.
It wasn't mean.
You can't give him the thing.
It's funny. The first half of it, before he meets Roy Cohn, it does humanize him because he's a human. So, like, it shows him when he was first, like, working for his father.
Yeah, that's funny.
And he's
How dare you humanize a human being?
I think he's a human being who has a narcissistic syndrome that makes it hard for him to be
logical. You think someone who ran for president is a narcissist?
Okay, so, not to that.
What a crazy idea.
Nobody has been a narcissist to that degree, so please.
I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's good that we don't agree on everything and still can be friends. But anyway,
okay, go on.
The point is that in the first half of the movie, it's just how he started out in life. Like, he was collecting rents for his father. He didn't start out okay, so he's collecting rents. And, when you collect rents from people,
talk to people.
Like one person opens the door and throws hot water at him.
Yeah.
Like, people do that when you go to collect. So it's not like he started with the silver spoon. Exactly. He did to a degree, but it just shows like he wasn't like everywhere and then the second half, it's the opposite. The Trump people think that's too rough on him. So everybody abandoned the movie. But for those 20% in the middle who are willing to just watch a piece of art for a piece of art, it's a fantastic movie.
Yeah.
And it really gets at a lot of what's wrong with our discourse is that you can't just look at the movie. You have to make a political decision about it.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know about you guys, but Bill Maher and Andrew Schultz are basically handing out a free lesson here. Stop making everything political. Just enjoy things for what they are. It's wild how everything turns into a war now. Calm down, people.
And this is how I think people get caught up in, they don't even create based on their own opinions. They create based on the algorithm. The algorithm teaches them what they want to do.
So true.
Right? Because they see a video get a lot of views and they go, ooh, I guess this is what I want to do.
Right.
And it's like, oh, no, you just never had an interesting thought by yourself. You're waiting for something to stick and you want attention, right? And it's like, the people who made that movie actually had the bravery of going, I'm going to potentially piss off both sides that would support this.
Yes.
And what you're left with is 20%.
Right.
Which is, I mean, I don't know. That's why I think it's, and what I said to you in the beginning, like that's why I think it's brave when you're willing to piss off your base. I think it's very important.
It is.
But what you get is the trust.
Right.
How many people are trusted? People will trust you.
Right.
Even if they disagree with you, they'll be like,
yes,
but he's not grifting, he's not lying.
It means the world to me.
And when you meet people, there's a connection that they have with you. And then there's other people who are just, they're like what I would say is more grift, where you go, I know what the base wants. I'm going to echo those sentiments. They're going to consume it because it makes them feel good. But the second that I disagree with them, they will abandon me.
I mean, Matt Taibbi has written brilliantly on this. And he
What did
says,
he say?
well, he's a big media critic, and some of it I think goes over the top. But his basic thesis, and he's so true, was that media at some point became a group of people who, the way they run their business is, first we ask, how would the audience that we're servicing want us to interpret this story? And then we give them that. Now, of course, a lot of them become brainwashed and they just already think that way. But that's not what media used to do. It's not what it's supposed to do.
Bill Maher and Andrew Schultz are calling out how people are programmed like robots now. They don't even think for themselves. Yeah. And it's refreshing to hear someone with a platform actually say it. Bill Maher and Andrew Schultz just went beast mode on the whole fake outrage industry, calling out the media, the woke mobs, and the cowards who only say what their base wants to hear. These two are keeping it real, refusing to play the echo chamber game, and showing us what actual courage in comedy and discourse looks like. Yeah. This is why people still respect voices like theirs. They aren't scared to piss people off. Mad respect to both Bill Maher and Andrew Schultz for keeping it honest and unapologetic